Hi, Kumbhavil. Good evening, Kumbhavil.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, Sangal. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes,
Good
Nitish.
evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So are you sharing anything?
Yes, just
Sir,
a
I
minute.
can't see anything.
Just a minute.
So even I can't see anything, sir.
Yeah, it's not at chat, but let everybody comes, then let me see. So school started
Yes, sir. School has started.
from today or yesterday?
Sir, from
Sir,
yesterday,
sir.
sir.
Yesterday, sir. Yesterday.
Okay, okay. And who is yet to come?
Sir, Nitish and Tarun, sir.
Nitish is
Yeah,
here.
I am here. I am here.
Oh,
Nitish
Tarun,
is here.
Tarun.
Kumbhavil. Who else?
Tarun,
Just
So
sir.
only Tarun, sir.
Yeah, just can you give him a call?
Yes,
Yes,
I will,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. I told him to join, sir. Sir, new chapter today.
Yeah, new chapters today.
Yes, sir.
So you people can't see my screen?
We can
Hello.
see, sir. Oh, we can't,
Can
sir.
you all able to see the
No, we
screen?
No, sir. It's not visible.
No, there is a screen. There is chat. Okay, yeah?
Yes, sir. Now
Yes,
it's fine.
sir.
Can you all able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all of you all join. Anybody else?
No, no, sir.
No,
Tarun
sir.
still didn't
Arun
join for
didn't
some
join
reason.
yet. I think we called.
Yes, I called
Okay,
him
then we
and
will start
his mother
anyway.
told she will check.
Yeah.
So 1
Uh,
second, sir. 1 second.
Yeah, yes. Shall we start? All of you are ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the last few classes, we were discussing about cells, the definition for cell, the types of
Yes,
cell
sir.
like prokaryotic and eukaryotic, and then how
Yes,
cells
sir.
are discovered, the microscopes, history of microscope,
Yes, sir.
and then the structure of a bacterial cell means a prokaryotic cell, plant cell, and animal cell,
Yes, sir.
and then all of the organelles, the structure and functions of all of the organelles,
Yes,
which
sir.
makes the cell.
Yes, sir.
And this is what we discussed in the next class, previous class. And now from today, I think for at least for 1 or 2 classes, we will be discussing about the next level of organization in organisms. Okay, so first basic level of organization is with cell. The next level of organization starts with tissues. Okay, how can you
Yes, sir.
define first the definition of tissues? What are tissues? How can you define tissues?
A group of
Yeah, look at
cells
that.
Sir,
working
it's a
So a
together.
group of cells.
It's a group
Ah.
of
Form a
cells
specific
which come
Yeah.
together. So it's a group of cells
to
that have
perform
the
a
same
specific
function.
function.
Yes. Similar
Excuse me,
cells.
sir. Can I ask
Did
you
you
one
see the
thing, sir?
definition? Yes, similar cells. Similar in the sense, same size, same shape, same property, then same function. Okay? Same
Sir,
size.
sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, like, it's not like a doubt, but can I request you something, sir?
Who is this?
Sir, like, can you send this entire PDF in the like study
there in
What
studies
material
today.
in the
Hey,
app,
we
sir?
have
It's there in
textbook
studies
da. We
today.
got a textbook da.
Yeah,
Still listen. What?
This is not a
Got
textbook, right?
this is a
Still
textbook.
looks the same. See in the textbook, like it's all the same.
Fine, I thought these people were using it.
Okay. So please, you haven't got your textbook?
We got
got
it,
it,
textbook.
sir.
It's
We got
not exactly the same, sir. It's like a little different, but most of it's the same, sir.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
thought you were following a different one.
This is the textbook for class 9 ICSE.
Font size, right, sir?
Little different from your textbook.
Oh.
Is it different from your textbook?
Yeah,
Yes,
not
sir, it
like
is,
a
sir.
big difference, sir.
Not much, sir.
It's
Just
the
a
same
Ah.
bit.
text,
Looks are
sir.
different,
It's the
sir.
same
Only the
text.
looks are different.
Okay, let me also check. Yours ICSE class 9 only, no?
It's revised.
Sir.
Okay, anyway.
Yes,
So
sir,
we'll
it's
follow
revised.
this.
It looks a
Let me,
little different. Oh, wait a minute.
yeah, let me also check for other, like, is there any other textbook available? Fresh textbook
Like, oh.
for this academic year. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. So,
Everyone on your video. Da.
yeah, the definition for tissues are similar cells in the sense Similar in the sense what? Size, shape,
Perform the same
property,
activity.
and function. Okay, yes. So they lie so close to each other, side by side, one with other. Many cells together. Okay, means many similar cells together make a team and perform the same function. Okay, so they are called what? Tissues.
Tissue.
Okay, group of cells forms tissues. The cells should be same in size, shape, property, and function. Okay, they only called tissues. Is it clear?
So,
Yes, sir.
Here we are going to discuss about two type of tissues because only multicellular organism are formed into tissues. So plants and animals are examples for what? Well organized multicellular organism. Okay, plants and animals are well organized multicellular organism.
Multicellular organisms.
So that's why we are going to study about plants and animal tissues. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine.
Sir, actually,
Next.
never mind, sir. Everything is same.
What?
that's what I was
I know.
Everything is same, sir.
telling you.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Good. Okay, fine. Okay, yes. Coming to just one example is given here. Just to explain tissues, for example, we have a tissue system. Animals and plants have a tissue system. In human body, a kind of tissue are called
Epithelial.
uh,
Epithelial tissue.
just a minute, sir. Just a minute, students.
Just a minute.
Computer science tested today.
Or computer science tester.
Yes, sir.
Tester. We didn't have a test and all.
Because like Ashwin was studying like so much, and you guys came very late from the class.
Tester. We didn't have test and all.
Where is sir?
He said it's 1 second and then went. Look at this, my Tamil language project in
Yeah,
process.
yeah. I'm back, students. Yes, see. I was sitting in one room. There, kind of work is going on, repair. So that's why I just shifted myself. Yes, we'll start now.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes. So here they are just starting with explaining two simple tissues of animals. We have four type of tissues. Just we are in animals. They are just giving example of two tissues. One is epithelial tissue. Another one is muscular tissue. Epithelial tissue, like the covering of skin, and muscular tissue, like the muscle cells, which makes all our muscles. Okay. What are the two type of tissues? Just they are explaining now.
systematic and permanent.
Now, epithelial tissue in animals, in humans. What are the two type of tissues?
Epithelial tissue and muscular tissue.
Epithelial tissue and muscular tissue. Okay, fine. So, what is the function of epithelial tissue?
It protects, like it's in the outer layer.
Covering. Yes, see, listen. Covering of all internal and external organs. Okay. For example, the internal organ is heart. Heart is covered by a epithelial tissue. And then our body, hand, skin. Skin is the epithelial tissue. A part of epithelial tissue is present in your skin. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like that. In plants also. In animals, they just give example of two tissues and their functions. And in And then in plants, they're just telling conducting tissue. What are called the conducting tissue in plants? Have you ever studied about it?
Yes, sir. Phloem.
So it is
Xylem,
like
Yes, sir.
xylem and phloem, sir. It transports
Very
food
good.
The vascular
Yeah,
and
Yes,
very good, very
the
good.
vascular bundle.
Xylem and phloem. Very good. Two type of conducting tissues. Very good. So about such kind of tissues only we are going to discuss. Okay, fine. So look at that. The first, as you said, xylem. What is the function of xylem here?
Transports
Sir,
water.
conduct water and
Right.
minerals.
Yeah, movement of
Yeah.
water and minerals from soil to the aerial part.
To the,
That's the function of xylem.
yes, sir.
Okay. And phloem. What is the function of phloem?
Sir, conducts food,
Sir,
sir.
it is-
to
it-
conduct
sir,
food
it-
from
Transports
leaves to
food
the
from
the
lower
leaves
soil
to
to
all
the-
parts of
to the aerial
No.
parts.
Yes.
No,
See, very
leaf.
good. See, listen.
leaves
The
to
food is
other parts of
produced
the
in the leaves. Okay, the food is produced in the leaves. So from leaves, food prepared from the leaves to all part of the plant, even to the root or to any part of the plant.
Even
So,
to other leaves.
yeah, from soil to every part, that is called xylem transportation, like water and minerals transported, like that. Phloem transport nutrients from the leaves to all part of the plant. Can you understand? So that's about what? The simple functions of conducting tissues in plants. Okay, this is just example. Okay, fine. Now, coming to the levels of organization in plants, it is like cells in plants and then tissues and then tissue system. Okay, so what are the three important levels of organization?
cells,
Plants.
tissues,
So cells, tissues, and tissue systems.
Yeah, cells, tissues, and tissue system in plants. Okay, and then in animals, what are the different levels of
cell,
organization in
tissue,
animals?
tissue system, or organs,
Sir,
Very good.
So cell,
and then
organs,
organism.
and then
Ah,
systems.
cell,
Organism.
cells,
What's tissue system?
tissues, five
there's
levels.
nothing called tissue. Yes, sir.
Organ,
Cells,
Tissues,
organ,
organs,
organ system,
organ
body.
system,
Tissue
Body.
system
organ,
means
system,
muscular tissue is a
and
tissue
then
system, right, sir?
organism.
no,
Yes,
it's a
organ.
system.
Okay, organ
It's a
system
system.
and organism. Okay, the five levels
So
actually
what
in
is
what?
the meaning of? So what is the meaning of org, sir? ORG.
Organ system. You are asking about organ system?
No, sir. What is like everything that has life? We just like have like three letters common in them. ORG, org,
Eh,
org.
no, that's just how we make
No,
it.
what he is asking?
He is
He's
saying
asking whether
everything
all
that has
life
life
have-
is
Okay,
starting
okay.
with
So listen.
ORG. That one.
Okay, listen. Now, in simple, you look at that: cells forms tissues, tissues forms organs, organs forms organ system forms organism. Okay, that's in animals, and cells, tissues, tissue system in plants. Okay, like in this chapter, the tissues of plants and tissues of animals. This is what we are going to focus. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So here the examples are given. For example, tissues together makes organs. Organs can
So
make
there's like
organ system, and organ system can make an organism, maybe plant or animal. That's what is given here. And even in your generally, you know, the type of cells, the type of organs, and then the type of organ system, whatever in our body. Okay, but anyway, so we just start our studies in deep with now plant tissues. Okay, plant tissues. Look at here.
Yes.
How many type of tissues in plants?
two, sir. Meristematic
Two
and
type
permanent.
of tissues. So one is called what? A meristematic
Meristematic.
tissue. Another one is called what?
Permanent tissues.
Permanent
Permanent
tissue.
Permanent tissues.
Okay. In simple, you can say baby tissue, adult tissue. A layman understanding level. Okay, baby tissue and adult tissue. Okay. So
Yes.
the meristematic tissue, baby cells, can multiply to produce new cells. It means, what is the difference between a baby tissue called meristematic tissue and then mature tissue or adult tissue? Baby tissue or meristematic activity. They have, baby tissues have meristematic activity. What is called meristematic activity? Active division potentials.
Divide.
Okay.
Yes.
Division.
Yeah, they have very good division potential, cell division potentials. Okay, what kind of cell division they use? It is called
Probably what is this?
mitosis. Have you heard about this cell
Yes,
division
Yes,
process?
sir. Yes, sir. We did, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
See, there are two type of cell division process in multicellular organism, in plants as well as in animals. Then the two type of cell division process,
Sir,
mitosis and
Sir,
we didn't do this, sir. We didn't do this.
yeah, just
No,
know,
sir.
one
We
additional
learn-
information. Mitosis and
Sir, we-
meiosis. Mitosis
yes, sir, we
means what?
learned it, sir.
See, listen.
We didn't do
Sir,
all
Listen,
the types of
listen.
division.
See, don't discuss among yourself. Just listen to me. Listen. What is mitosis?
sir, like when they can
type of
multiply and
division
produce
of
new
cells.
cells.
See, listen. We have two type of cells in our body. One are called somatic cells. Another one are called reproductive cell. Okay, somatic cell, reproductive cell. What are called the somatic cell?
And
Sir,
make
they
up
do not
parts of the
divide,
body.
sir.
No, somatic cell. The body cells are called what? Somatic cell. Gametes are called what? Reproductive cell. Basically, the gametes.
Yes, sir.
What are the gametes we have? In male, it is
Sir, it is
Sir,
a
testosterone.
sperm, and in the
Okay.
No, it's testosterone.
no.
Testosterone.
Oh, yeah,
That's
it's
hormone.
And then
Yeah.
no, that's the
Sperm
organ.
in
The
listen.
cell is,
Yeah,
the cell
sperm in
is
male,
sperm.
egg in female. They are
Yes,
sperm and egg or gametes, reproductive cell. Okay. The all
Yes,
other
sir.
cells which are present in our body are somatic cells. Okay, they are called what? Somatic cells.
somatic.
So listen to me. Why I'm just giving you this reference? All our somatic cells reproduce by mitosis. Okay, somatic cell multiply, make their copy by mitosis process. The reproductive cells multiply by meiosis process. MEIOSIS, meiosis process. Okay, so there are two type of cell division which occurs in animals and plants. One is called mitosis, another one is called meiosis. Mitosis by somatic cells, meiosis by reproductive cells. Means reproductive cells are formed by meiosis.
Meiosis.
Body cells, all other body cells are formed by mitosis process. Can you understand? So,
Sir, is this, sir, this meiosis
Yes.
division,
Huh?
You said it happens only for cells in gametes, right, sir?
Yeah, meiosis,
Like
the gamete cells.
like a sperm cell and egg cell. So
Yes.
this sperm cell, which is in the male, does that reproduce in the male body, or does that reproduce in the female body? Like, does the
See,
sperm cell divide
sperm
in
cell,
the?
see, listen. Sperm cell can be produced only in the male body. Okay.
So,
Egg
like
cell,
I mean, like, okay,
Where
will
is
they
it fertilized?
divide?
He's asking.
huh?
No,
He's
sir.
asking where
I'm
it
asking.
fertilizes.
Fertilization occurs in female body, fallopian tube. Okay. There
No,
are
sir, I'm
different
not asking
components
that.
in the female body. See, your question is where the cells are getting produced. Is it so?
No, sir, I'm telling. Let's say the sperm cell is in the like female, and that sperm cell, can it still divide, or is it just going to stay like that?
No,
It
no,
can't
Divide,
no,
divide.
no.
So
See,
don't
no,
divide.
no, no, no. Only see, sperm cell is the adult cell, matured cell. Dividing
sir.
cell, which is actually called what? See, listen, there is a cell called what? Spermatogonium. What it is? Listen, that is called what? Spermatogonium. Divides to form sperm cells.
Sperm.
Yes, sir.
Only they can divide. It cannot divide. That's a adult sperm cell cannot divide further. The functional cell, it has to perform its function called fertilization. Okay, it cannot divide. Sperm cell cannot divide. Egg cell only divides, but egg cell can divide. When it can divide? Egg cell. The egg cell.
Like,
After fertilization, what happens to the egg cell? Egg cell becomes
zygote.
zygote. Zygote becomes
Single cell.
embryo. Embryo becomes, what's your name? Sangal, right? What's your name? Konguvela.
Sir, yes, sir.
The embryo only becomes Konguvela. Can divide lifelong. Can you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, spermatogonium la irundhu sperm cells are produced. Sperm cell just fertilizes, but it cannot divide. But egg cells, after fertilization, becomes zygote. Zygote becomes embryo. Division, it divides and it becomes embryo. The embryo develops to form an organism called Konguvel or Sangal or Nidish or whatever. You, me, everybody, or the active dividing part which started our life from cells. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
That's why we call it as
in
what?
eight-
Life begins with
A
A
cell.
single cell.
cells. Life begins with cells. Okay.
Yes, sir. So
Yes.
in 8th standard, we learned that the sperm only one sperm enters the egg cell, right, sir? Then how
Yes.
are
Yeah.
like twins born at the same time, sir?
You asked this question.
That's what if
again.
both of the eggs get fertilized, sir.
No, 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 no.
Means
Say
like-
yes, yes. You may be right, Pa. See, listen. There are two kinds of twins. One called monozygotic twins. Another type called dizygotic twins. See, listen. Anyway, this is out of your area, but still, since you asked, I'm just telling. So this is the zygote. No, it's not clear. Just a minute.
It is clear, sir. It is clear.
Okay, so listen. This is the zygote. After fertilization, means egg develops. See, sperm cell, egg cell. After fertilization, it is called zygote. Okay, zygote.
Yes, sir.
And the zygote should divide into two two cell stage. This is one cell, this is one cell. Sometimes what occurs in this process, it divides like this. Okay, now this will develop into a baby and this will develop into a baby. Okay,
So it's gonna divide how many times ever it wants.
yeah,
Like
it is
triplets,
a
quadruplets.
continuous process. Like for 9 months, they keep on dividing. Very long process. But one cell becomes one baby, one cell becomes another baby. So because here itself division occurs. So from one zygote only, if two babies are born, they are called what?
Twins.
Monozygotic twins. Okay, monozygotic twins. Okay, one zygote after fertilization divides and then two baby are formed. That is called monozygotic twins. But sometimes two eggs are fertilized by two sperm cells. Then
But
that will
like
develop
only
into
one sperm can
that will develop
fertilize,
into dizygotic twins. Okay, see, monozygotic twins are also called what? The identical twins. Means they are of same size, means in the sense same sex, same characters, same genetic, like clones only they are present, identical. But dizygotic twins need not to be identical. Maybe one male baby, one female baby, one dark baby, tall baby, one cute baby, short baby, whatever it could be. Differences you can see. Non-identical twins. Okay. So
sir, but this monozygote is like a adult cell, right, sir? How can it divide? So you
no.
said
It who told it is an adult cell? See, listen.
Adult cell is
because like
They,
the sperm cell,
listen. Egg cell after fertilization, it keep on dividing. All the cells there will have the potentials. They are actually stem cells. They have the potentials to divide, differentiate, and develop. Okay, division, differentiation, and development. Okay, so
yes, sir.
they are not called adult cell. Yes, adult cell, but they have potency. What is called potency? They have different potentials. For example, it is actually called what? Cell potency. In your higher class, you will be studying about it. Cell potency. What is called cell potency? Ability for the cell to divide and differentiate. That is called what? Cell potency. There are, yeah, ranges. Like in higher class, actually, you will be studying, but just know these terms. Don't confuse yourself, just know this term. Something called totipotency, pluripotency, multipotency, unipotency, nullipotency. Means, listen carefully. Totipotency means one cell will have the ability to form
divide 30
whole,
times.
whole organisms. See, listen, from one cell, you get the whole organism, like zygote. Zygote is having totipotency. Okay, totipotency. Next is pluripotency. See, in our early embryo, the cells will have potency to form all of the organs, all of the tissues. Then that is called what? Pluripotency. One cell can make many organs, many tissues, almost all tissues of the body. That is called pluripotency. And then it keep on reducing. Multipotency in the sense, for example, there is a stem cell called hematopoietic stem cell. See, what are the different type of blood cells? Red blood cell,
RBC,
white blood
RBC,
cell,
Red blood cells, white
platelets.
blood cells,
Yeah, so all of these cells can be formed from hematopoietic stem cell. That is called multipotent stem cell. Then
yes,
unipotent stem cell. Unipotency in the sense, your some kind of your skin cell can develop into another skin cell only. No other type of cell. Epithelial cell, another epithelial cell. Okay, that is called uni. Uni means single potency. It can differentiate into another, only one type. Nullipotency in the sense they cannot divide and they cannot form another cell. For example, your sperm cell cannot divide further. Your heart cell cannot divide further. Your neurons cannot divide further and make another cell. So they are nullipotent. Your sperm cell, your heart cell,
Cannot
your
divide.
brain cell, neurons cannot divide. They are nullipotent. So like that, there are different type of cells in the body with different cell potency. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So meristematic activity, here they have potency. Different, again in plants also they have different potency. So they can divide and differentiate into either the whole organism or special part of the plant. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That property in plant: division, development, and differentiation. That property is called what? Meristematic tissue. Meristematic
Yes, sir.
activity, cell potency, ability, potentials. நம்ம சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, like he is very potential student, like that. Cells are having different potentials.
Yes, sir.
Next, yeah. So dividing cells or meristematic tissue, the non-dividing cells and specialized cells are called what? Permanent tissue.
Permanent tissues.
Okay, they are called what? Permanent tissues.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's just quickly refresh what are all the things we discussed. We discussed about, we started defining cells, means tissues, how cells forms tissues. That's the first question we saw. And then two type of tissues in plants, plant tissue; in animals, animal tissue. And then two examples are given. In animals, epithelial tissue makes covering of the skin. Muscular tissue, contraction. And then in plants, conducting tissue, xylem and phloem. Xylem conducts water and minerals from soil to all part of the plant, aerial part to the leaves. Phloem conducts food substances from leaves to all other parts. Okay, so two type of plant, means functions of conducting tissues in plants we discussed. And then the levels of organization in plants and animals. In plants, cells forms tissues, and tissues form tissue system, and tissue system forms the organism plant. Okay. In animals, you have 5 levels of organization. Cells forms tissues, tissues forms organs, organ forms organ system, organ system forms organism. So these are all the levels of organization in plants and animals. And then plant tissue, we started two types: meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue will have active division potentials. Permanent tissues cannot divide, but they perform different functions. Okay, and also as additional to this, out of box, we discussed about mitosis and meiosis cell division process. Mitosis occurs in body cells, somatic cells. Meiosis occurs in reproductive cells. Okay, and sperm cells are produced only in male. Egg cells are produced only in female. Sperm cells, when produced, they cannot divide further. But egg cells, after fertilization, if it is not fertilized, it will not divide. If it is fertilized only, it forms zygote, and zygote divide and the organism forms. Since if people asked, we also discussed about monozygotic twins and dizygotic twins. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
just to make you understand well, we also discussed about what? The tissue organization, means cell potency, basically. Different type of cell potency: totipotency, pluripotency, multipotency, unipotency, nullipotency. Okay, so these are all the examples, like ranges of cell potency. Okay, so this is what we discussed. Now we will continue with the fundamental properties of meristematic tissue and first meristematic tissue. First, where the meristematic, you know what is meristematic tissue, and now where it is present. It is present in
It
plants.
is
It is
present in like the growing
tips of
points
root.
of the plant.
Yeah, growing points. Okay, all growing points like tips of roots, stems, branches, etc. There you have the meristematic tissue. Okay, and then they are also present in the in between the permanent tissue. Okay, for example,
Yes,
the
sir.
bark is a permanent tissue, dead cells, but in between the bark and wood of the trees, the meristematic tissue are present, which helps in secondary growth. Just know two other relevant terms. One is called primary growth, another one is called secondary growth. What is called primary growth? Look at that, the growing part, tip of the root, stem, branches. Here we have primary meristem, which helps in primary growth. And then look at that secondary meristem, in the sense the plant is grown enough, maybe because of anything, anthropogenic or natural disasters, a branch is lost. You cut a branch. Again, from the cut part, you get the growth of the plant. Okay, so that is called what? Secondary growth. Okay, primary growth is
I did
from
not
the
understand.
seed. Yes,
I did not understand. Like, are you
see,
referring to the
primary growth.
diagrams and
How a
saying?
plant grows. See, listen, how a plant grows. You seed germinate, root develops, shoot develops, from shoot stem develops, and then leaves develops, the plant grows. This is called what? Primary growth. Can you understand? From the seed
Yes, sir.
to the whole plant, the development is called what? Primary growth. First part of the growth.
Primary.
Okay. Secondary growth, in
Yes,
the
sir.
sense the plant is grown. It is giving. For example, you have for example, you have a neem tree in your house. You cut a branch
Yes.
of the neem tree, but after some time also, there a new branch can come. Okay, from the lost part,
Yes, sir.
regeneration occurs, a new part regenerates. That is called what? Secondary growth. It is not getting produced for the first time, in the sense the plant is already a mature plant. From the mature part, you cut also, there is meristematic tissue which makes the plant to regrow its part. That
Yes,
is
sir.
called secondary growth. Okay, primary growth and secondary growth. Meristematic tissue will have primary growth, where it is in tip of the root, stem,
Yes, sir.
branches, and then secondary growth from the bark and wood tissue. Bark and wood, there also plant can grow. From, if it is lost, damage, it can regenerate. That is called what? Secondary growth. Okay, fine. Next. So the basic characteristics of meristematic tissue. You saw the types of meristematic tissue, and now it is the characteristics of meristematic tissue. So look at that. They are small, mostly cuboidal,
Sir, but on the book
thin,
there's no primary.
and they have, but cell wall is thin. Cells are small and cuboidal. Okay, first point. Cells are small, and then they are cuboidal in shape. Small in size, cuboidal in shape, cubical, and then thin cell wall. Plant cell. What is the defining characteristic of plant cell? It should have cell wall. Cell wall is made up of what? Do you remember?
Cellulose.
Cellulose. Do you remember? Cellulose.
Yes, sir.
Cell wall is made up of cellulose. Okay, so but cell wall is present, but in the meristematic tissue, cell wall is thin, and they have large nucleus. They have large nucleus, and brachioles are absent. Okay, almost absent. Okay, and they are tightly packed. No intercellular spaces, and they actively divide, and then they can be transformed. Okay, the new cells can be transformed into mature tissue. Okay, just read the characteristics again.
Yes.
They are small in size, cubical in shape,
Cell wall
thin cell wall is present with a large nucleus, vacuoles almost absent. They are tightly packed with no intercellular spaces. They can actively divide and they can transform into mature permanent tissue at last. So these are all the basic characteristics of meristematic tissue. Okay, and then look at that. Now, is it clear? Any doubt till this?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, again, the meristematic tissue can be classified into two categories: apical meristem, cambium, or lateral meristem. Okay, apical meristem,
Yes.
cambium, or lateral meristem. See, look at that. This we already discussed. Listen here. These are growing points. They are called what? Apical
They like
meristem.
increase
Apical
the
to
length of the
meristematic.
plant.
Yeah, look at that. Here
The
these
width
are
of the plant
they
is
are called what?
lateral.
Cambium
Lateral.
or called meristem. Can you understand?
Yes,
Where
sir.
apical
It makes the
meristem is
plant
present?
thicker.
Yeah, in the
Apical
growing
meristem.
point. Yeah, you have
The apical
apical
meristem
meristem.
is present at the tips, sir. Tips of the
Yes,
plants.
root tip and shoot tip. There they are present. Cambium meristem in the
It's
bark and
present on
carpita,
all the
like
lateral
bark,
sides,
bark,
sir.
wood. There it is
The
present.
lateral
In
sides of
between,
the stem.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Very good. So look at that. The first image shows the growing part. Basically, here you can see lot of
Sir,
meristem.
what is that image, sir? I don't get it.
See, in the from seed actually, like this only, the cells start dividing. It will develop into
Sir, like,
shoot,
what is this, sir? What is that diagram, sir?
plant tissue. This is called a look at study. Look at the description given here. A is longitudinal section of stem tip together with
Oh,
the differentiating leaf bud, etc. See, look at that. The stem grows like that, and from here the leaves grows, and then in between you can see that axillary bud for lateral growth. Okay, so together the stem, the leaf, the branches starting its growth from the seed. Seed actively divides and then it is formed. Okay,
yes, sir.
and then look at that between the meristematic B. This image is actually called what? This image, look at that root tip of an onion. Even this can be performed experimentally in lab. You can grow root tip, and there you can see cells how they are dividing from the root tip. Okay, here in different stages, maybe in your higher class only you understand the different phases of the cell. Now you can't actually differentiate. But cell divides in the root tip. So this is the second image. Okay, don't confuse much yourself with the diagram, because you need even more understanding to understand this diagram. Just look into the diagram and read the information which is given here. Okay, then slowly you can start understanding this. Okay, so as of now you should know what is meristematic tissue, and then the type of meristematic tissue: apical meristem, cambium meristem. Okay,
Yes, sir.
the definition of these two is given here. Apical or terminal meristem, where it is present, located near the tips of roots and stems, helps in growing young leaves near the tips, as well as axillary buds, on the tip of axillary buds. From that axillary bud, new branches can come. See, main stem can come from this meristem. Okay, see, main stem can come. Leaves can come from this, and then branches can come from axillary bud. Can you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here, main
Yes, sir.
stem, and then branches, and then leaves. Okay, that's what is explained there. Okay, fine. Next, cambium or lateral meristem. It is situated where it is present, below the bark.
Under the bark.
Yeah, under the bark, and it is responsible for increase in diameter of the stem.
Width of the
Yeah, diameter of the stem, as well as the
Its
secondary growth. Yeah, they supports apical meristem supports primary growth. Cambium supports secondary
Growth.
growth. Primary growth and secondary growth. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next, shall we start with the permanent tissues?
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Permanent tissues are basically adult cell which have lost their ability to divide. They are unable to divide. But what is the function? They get a permanent shape to perform some special function. Okay. And
Yes.
again, in the permanent tissue, there are two types. Maybe living or dead. Okay.
Yes,
If
sir.
nucleus is present, it is called living cell. If nucleus is absent, it is called dead cell. Okay. What are permanent tissue?
Sir, can you repeat? I didn't hear you.
Or permanent tissues?
Sir, permanent tissues are tissues that have lost their ability to divide, and they are
And then they take permanent
and
shape
then
and
They are
perform.
mechanical
take
support to
permanent
the
shape
plant.
and
They give
Yeah.
mechanical support to the plant.
Yes, anyway.
they're of
So
three types.
they cannot
and
divide, but
They only
they
just
get
say
a specific shape and perform a specific function. Okay, that is called permanent tissue. And then what are the two type of permanent tissue?
Sir,
two type of
protective
protective
tissues and
supporting.
supporting.
Yeah,
But
means
it's conductive
living
also.
and dead. Living permanent tissue, dead permanent tissue.
Oh,
Living permanent tissue will have nucleus. Dead permanent tissue will not have
they
nucleus.
have not have nucleus.
Okay, fine. Two type of permanent tissue. And then based upon the functions. Now coming to the common functions of the permanent tissue. They may be involving protection, supporting and conduction. Protection, support and conduction are the common functions of permanent tissues. Okay, fine. Okay,
So once can you
anyway,
go up, sir? Once can you go up?
see, listen.
Yeah,
Till this we will stop for today's class, and then we can continue all these things later. Okay, maybe in the next class. But let me ask you some questions now.
yes.
Okay, just we will sum up.
So once can you go back, sir? Once can you go back?
Yeah, listen.
So once can you go to that PDF, sir? I just want to.
You want to
underline
see
one
the
thing.
PDF again?
No, sir. I just want to underline a part.
Yeah.
Underline whichever you think is important. Ra.
Whatever, sir, underlined is important.
Can I ask the questions
know.
one by one? Let me ask. Only the person which I asked should answer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Not this is not the questions are not common for everybody. It is specific.
Everyone
Okay.
mute. Yeah.
Everyone can see, but
Pongal is
yeah,
not
mute
on.
yourself.
Oh, we have to mute ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. First question to Tarun, since he is joined late. So first question to Tarun. Tarun, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Tarun, what are the two types of permanent tissues?
Two types of.
Permanent tissue.
Sir, my net was very bad. I was trying to contact with you. You are not
No,
replying.
I'm not asking little bit louder. My question is very direct. What are permanent tissue is not my question. Just two type of permanent tissue depends upon the presence and absence of nucleus. What is it? Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, sir, me, sir.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me.
No, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
it is dead
protective
and
and
living.
supporting,
And
sir.
no, living
No.
and dead.
Yeah,
Living and
living and dead
sir.
permanent tissue. Who gave me the answer?
Sir, me, sir, Nitish.
It is
Nitish.
Sangalpa.
Sir, that guy didn't
Let's
open
go.
his mouth, sir. It's me, Nitish.
I
No,
did.
who
I did.
did?
We both.
Yeah, yeah.
We both.
Who gave me the
Hey,
answer? I want to
no one
know.
heard you.
Nitish, sir. SC Nitish.
Nitish only gave me the answer. Very good, Nitish.
Yes, sir.
I
Depends
also
upon
told,
the
sir.
presence of nucleus. The permanent tissue simply can be classified as living permanent tissue and dead permanent tissue. Very good. Now, the second
Everyone did
question is,
myself.
okay, very good, Nitish. Second question is, it is to Konguvel.
Yes, sir.
Konguvel, what is mitosis? What is meiosis?
Sir, mitosis is when the cell reproduces through reproductive cells, sir.
Meiosis?
Sir, meiosis is when it divides on its own, sir. Like the cytoplasm separates and
No,
It's
Konguvel.
the other way around.
it's the
Anybody
other
else?
way around.
Who is
Oh,
going to
okay.
answer?
Other way
Who is
around.
going to
He
answer
said
this question?
correctly,
the
sir,
other
but it
way.
was the other way around,
Sir,
sir.
I told it, sir. I
Sir,
told it, sir. I
Is
told
it?
it first.
Is it?
Yeah, who can
Sir,
give me the
yes.
better answer? Just give me your name. Sangal, can you give me?
Yes, sir.
Or Nitish, who is going to give me?
Sir,
Sangal, try.
Sir said he will tell, sir.
Sangal,
Very
tell me,
fast.
what is mitosis? What is meiosis?
So mitosis is the ability to reproduce by a somatic cell. Somatic cells.
Good, somatic cell.
And meiosis is the reproduction of gametes of female and male, like
Very
sperm
good,
and,
very good,
egg.
very good. Okay, this is Sangal, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Now, the question to Nitish. Nitish,
Sir.
tell me, what are monozygotic and dizygotic twins?
So when monozygotic is when one sperm is going to combine with one egg cell to make one zygote.
Okay,
Dizygote cell is when when the sperm cells go to both the egg cells to make zygotes. Is that right?
okay. See, listen. One zygote, one sperm cell, one egg cell. One zygote forms. That one zygote divides to produce two live young ones. It is called from one zygote, two
That
twins
is
are formed. It is
monozygote.
monozygotic
Okay,
twins.
okay.
Two egg cells, two zygote la irundhu two babies are born. It is dizygotic twins.
Oh,
Okay,
yes, sir.
fine. Okay, good. One more question.
Yes, sir.
So I think Axel's
Or
question for
yeah, this is common. Anybody can answer. What are
Sir, I didn't even
apical
answer yet,
See,
sir.
listen. What is primary growth and what is secondary growth?
So primary growth is found by apical meristematic tissue in terms of height, and in secondary tissues are lateral or cambium meristematic tissue, which is
Oh my God, I was
growth
in
in
mute.
width,
It's answering.
growth in width or the
Okay,
thickness
okay.
of the
Okay. So
diameter.
primary growth in the sense, you look at it. The seed germinates to produce root system, shoot system. Slowly branches comes, and then from the buds, axillary bud, lateral bud, you get leaves and side branch. This is called actually what? Primary growth. From from one cell to multicellular plant. And then secondary growth in the sense, a plant part is lost during its lifetime and it is regrowing. The regrowth, which is called what? Secondary growth. Okay,
Oh,
fine.
yes.
So
Yes, sir.
these are all
So
the
you
basic.
still didn't ask me a
No,
question.
see, listen, like what
They
is
asked
tissue?
you.
I will tell you. See, listen. Just one structure I'm just giving you today based on today's class. What and all you should be thorough in the sense. Just listen first. What are tissues and what are the type of tissues in plants? Generally, plant tissues and animal tissue. And then in plants, we have two types: permanent tissue and meristematic tissue. And in meristematic tissue, we have apical meristem and cambium meristem. So apical meristem supports primary growth, cambium meristem supports secondary growth. Okay, and then meristematic tissues will have mitosis, cell division property. They have division property, and permanent cell or permanent tissue will have special functional property. Division and function, two different aspects, permanent and meristematic tissues. Okay, another term which we discussed are mitosis, meiosis, monozygotic twin, dizygotic twin, primary growth, secondary growth. So these are all the simple things. Okay, we must know. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes.
So the types of permanent tissue, like that, we will discuss from the next class. Okay.
Sir, can
So,
I ask you
yes,
something, sir?
Yeah. Thank you so much, students. Thank you. Take care.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
sir.
Yes.
Can I ask you something, sir?
Kunguvel, or
Sir,
to whom I should ask?
Sir,
You
still
want
didn't
some
ask me a
question, huh?
sir. Yes.
Yeah, one question. Good. What is the function of cambium?
So, sir, okay, cambium. Sir, wait, I forgot.
Yes. What is the function of cambium tissue? Where it is present?
It is like present in the bark. Like, sir?
Yes. Tell me. I'm waiting for your answer.
I'm not confident, sir.
Listen. See, cambium tissue is a part of like secondary growth. Means it is present. The meristematic tissue present in between the permanent tissue are called what? Cambium tissue. Okay. What is the cambium
Yes.
tissue? A meristematic tissue present in between the permanent tissue, like bark or cork or wood. Bark, cork, wood. They are permanent tissue. So in between the bark or the wood, the cambium tissue is present. Function is it supports secondary growth of the plant. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Take care.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Was I audible during the class?
You have another class, right?
Bruh, you asked it
Don't
in the
worry.
end of the class.
Yeah. See, don't worry. We will discuss the doubts in next class. I think you have another class now. Okay. Don't worry. Next class, we will have one complete a doubt clearing session. After finishing this chapter, we will sit for discussion without any this and all. Okay. I mean, any material, not just like that video conference like discussion. Okay. Take care. Thank you. Just read the book.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Take care.
Sir, bye. Sir, bye, sir.
Thank you.